Hello, today we'll be doing a Leetcode daily challenge problem, that is 413 arithmetic slices. And the problem statement given here is an integer array is called arithmetic if it consists of at least three elements and if the difference between any two consecutive elements is the same. So we'll get to this example later. So let's complete the statement first. Given an integer array nums, return the number of arithmetic subarrays of nums. A subarray is a contiguous subsequence of the array. So now let's understand this with an example, what this example is trying to tell us. So let's consider this statement first, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if the nums array is something like this, why is our answer 3? So as we can see, the difference between these two elements, that is 1 and 2, is what? Is nothing but 1. 3 and 2 is what? Is nothing but 1 again. And what is the difference between 4 and 3? It's again 1. So I need to form a length 3 array, right? Or I can use a length 4 array. Since our array size is only 4, so we can only go up to 4, but our sub array sizes cannot be lesser than 3. So what are the sub array sizes that we can find whose consecutive differences are same, that is 1 and 1? Okay, so what is the length 3 array here? This is one of them. And what is the another length 3 array that is we are having? This is this. And what is the length 4 array that we are having? So this complete thing right here is a length 4 array, that is this portion here, right? So we got three subarrays of sizes 3 and 4 here, and now we just have to check what are the consecutive values that are similar. So here we have 1 and 1 similar, and 1 and 1 are similar. And is this a subarray of size 3? Yes, it is a size 3 subarray, so we can increment our counter by 1. Now we'll go on to this 4 and we'll check, do we have a subarray whose consecutive values, that means this guy and this guy's value 3 and 4, are there consecutive differences making similar values, that is are both the values similar, that is 1 and 1, it is similar again. So again we'll take this, that is 2 3 4, that is a length 3 subarray, and increment our counter by 1. But wait a minute, we have something here that we can see all the values are similar, right? So this could be a possible subarray of size greater than 3. So this is also one of our answer, that is why the our answer is 3 right here. And let's check one more example so that it gets clear. Okay, it's not given here, so I'll just take this one right here, 13579. This is already here. Okay, so 1 3 5. Let's just tweak this and put 2 here, and something like 5 and 8 here, right? So we did this. So now what we see, we have got what is the difference between these guys, that is 2. What is the difference between these guys? This is 2 again. What is the difference between these two guys? That is 3. What is the difference between these two guys? That is 3. What is the difference between these two guys? That is 3 again. Sorry, this difference is minus 3 here. So what do we have here? So as I can see, I've got two similar consecutive values. Again, I've got two similar consecutive values. So what can I do here? I can probably take this guy and this guy as one of my subarray, right? This is one of the possible values. Again, I can do one more thing, that I can take is, I can do something like this. And this is one of my possible subarray, obviously. So yeah, this is it. That is how we are going to do. So we just have to count the number of consecutive guys and just print it into my answer. So 15135 258, right? So I hope you have understood the problem statement. Now let's get to the approach on how we are going to do it. So I used a recursive approach for doing this. Let me just walk you through that. So as our statement was, if I have my array as 1 2 3 4, say suppose 1 2 3 4, what are the differences that we're having? This one's 1, this one again is 1, this one again is right. So what we could do here is we could start from the endpoint right here, and we could check that if 4 minus 3, that is the difference between these two guys, that is what I've written here, right? 4 minus 3, which is 1, and this minus this guy, that is 3 minus 2, that is 3 minus 2, are both equal, are both 1. Yes, it is equal, right? So we could probably increment our counter by 1. Got it? After that, what do we have? Now I can move on to this guy, that is 3. For 4 I have already computed. Now I go on to the next guy, that is 3. So I go here. Now what do I see? I have to make the calculations again. And what were those calculations? 3 minus 2 and 2 minus 1. So we are taking 3 values at a time, right? So again I'll do 3 minus 2 equals to 2 minus 1. So are the values again same? Yes, I can see the values are same since 1 and 1 are similar, right? So again I could do something like a plus 1, right? So I could do a plus 1. But there is a problem here. Since we know that this total could be one of my answer, right? So this total could be one of my answers. So that is why I'll need to have a plus 1 value also. And how do we take care of that? So let's just write this statement 1 2 3 4 here. What I'll try to do is I'll call the function for f of 4. What does f of 4 say? You do a subtraction of this guy right here and this guy right here. Okay, so I'll do something like that. And 3 and 2, what do I get? I get the difference as 1. So again I'll call for f of 3, right? Again I'll call for f of 3. When I call for f of 3, I see 3 minus 2 and 2 minus 1, both are giving me a value as 1 again, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll just say, okay, fine, this is also giving me a correct answer. Let's call for f of 2. But there is a problem. When I go for f of 2, I can do 2 minus 1, but I also need some value here to write so that I could subtract 1 from, but it is not there. So I will at least need a 3 uh, elements altogether at max, or at least, sorry, to do a operation of this arithmetic slice. So I just have 2 elements left, so I could just return a 0. So I just return a 0 here, right? So a 0 is returned right here. So this is 1. So f of 3, what is having is 0 plus f of 3 plus 1. After that, what do I do? I just simply return an f of 3, that is 1, to this guy again. So f of 4 also receives a 1 right here. So when f of 3 receives a 1, what does it say? Again it gives back and it will give you the answer as 3. So I'm not, it cannot write here. So I'm just writing here that it will give you the answer as 3 at max when it reaches the end of the recursion calls. So 1 plus 1, which I have not written above, will give you the answer as 3 right here. And let's walk you through the code that we have. So this is the code, which is pretty simple. So I've taken this if case, that is a base case, not a base case, a corner case you could say, that if the num size is less than 3, we cannot have an answer, that is just return 0. Otherwise, I've just passed this nums array and also the last index, that is nums.size minus 1. This is just the last index of the array. And what I'm trying to do here is, if I have an array of size less than 3, that means I do not have 3 elements, so I just return back 0. Otherwise, what do? I just compare the elements, that is, let me just write this a lead. So what I'm trying to do here is, so let's say if I have 1 2, okay, this is 2, just understand it, okay? 1 2 3 4, okay, what language have I written, but just understand this is 3, okay? So what this line is trying to do is, it's just trying to do 4 minus 3, is it equals to 3 minus 2. So this is what this line is trying to do. And after checking that if it is equal, it is just calling the recursion for the next guy, that is for f of 4, that is for the last index I had already called. Now I'll call for f of 3, that is the third last index, right? So this is what it is. After I'm done doing that, I'm saying sum plus is equals to count. So whatever my count is, I'm just storing that into a variable, and I'm just incrementing it by 1 at max. Okay, so after I'm done doing that, I'll just see if I do not have the values to be equal. Let's say, suppose if I get something like 1, 3, 9 and a 10. Okay, let's just take 1 again here. So 10 minus 1 is what? 9. And 1 minus 9 is what? Minus 8. So these two are not equal, right? So I cannot have an arithmetic slice beginning from 10. So I move on to the second last index. So this is what this line is doing. It is not adding anything to my answer. It's just going to the previous index. And at the end of the day, when I'm done doing everything, I'll just return the counter variable, which is storing my real answer. And when I return this real answer right here, so after I'm done doing that, I'll just return the sum, which was actually storing my real answer, that is right here. This is my temporary answer, which was calculated here, and this sum is my real answer, which I've done. And now let's run this and I'll show you. So if you did understand this, please do like this video. That is all. I'll just show you. I've already submitted this code right here. And yeah, this is it for this video. Thank you for watching.